All right, here I have a 2013 Dodge Journey with these codes, and I think it had the 3.6 liter engine. And this is purely an informational video. I'm not going to show how to do anything. I'm just want to show what good data and bad data looks on a scan tool. So if you don't have a scan tool, this isn't a video for you. So I'm just going to start off by saying that. And then these codes were all caused by one thing: a bad oil pressure switch at the oil cooler. So basically all I want to do with this video is show what bad readings are of oil pressure switch and what good readings are of the oil pressure switch. And the reason it sets these three codes, even one of the, I think the P06DE is like a VVT code, is because the way this engine reads VVT oil pressure is by reading the oil pressure at the oil cooler. So here I have the car. The main complaint is that it's reading that it's super high. It thinks it's at 99 psi, the oil pressure. And then when I rev it up, it'll change a little bit, as you can see. And then it'll go back up to 99. So the main issue here was that the oil pressure sensor actually ended up failing, and it was leaking oil through the connector. So from there, you got to replace the sensor, but you also got to verify that the wiring is good, and then two, that it doesn't actually have super high oil pressure. So what I did was I disconnected the connector, which is under the intake, both upper and lower intake. And then you can actually get to it if you use a camera. And then to see where the connector is, you can actually dig your hand through the wires, and it's not too bad. I have bigger hands and I was able to get it. So the first thing I did was I just disconnected it, and I wanted to see the readings of on the scan tool with the engine off but ignition on, and these were my readings. And then I connected it back with the engine off, ignition on, and I still thought it was at 99 psi. So what I ended up doing, I think one thing was I loosened up the oil filter, because that should relieve some of the pressure, because the pressure sensor is at the oil filter cooler, so they're all kind of together. And then I think it was still reading 99 psi. Then I disconnected the sensor again, put in a known good sensor just outside, like here, like I did it here. And then this is what I got 23.25 volts. And basically what that told me is with a different sensor, I'm getting different readings. So it has to be a problem with the sensor itself and not the wiring, because if it was something with the wiring, I'd still have 99 psi with it connected. So then I connected it back to the old one, and again it went up to 99 with the engine off, which doesn't make sense. So what we ended up doing was the oil cooler housing, because they always leak, and it was starting to leak, and replaced both sensors, the oil temperature sensor and the oil pressure sensor. Did all that, cleaned everything up, cleaned up the connector too, because it had oil in it. And then what I did was I turned on the car, having engine off, and these were my readings, 0.4 volts. Then when I turned on the car, this is what it was right after starting it and letting it idle. So as you can see, it was super high psi, like 80 psi. But that's how it's supposed to be when cold. Then once you let it cool, once you let the engine go up to operating temperature, the psi will actually go way down, 23.7, around there. And as you rev it up, it'll go higher, and it'll go lower once you let go off of it. The reason I mentioned that is because I saw some people asking what's the pressure supposed to be at. And this actually scared me, because once I started, I thought it was way high and I thought I hadn't fixed it. But actually, that's how it's supposed to be. On startup, the pressure is high. And then once it warms up, the pressure goes down low to about 20-ish. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to help you out.